The government took something from her that today would be unimaginable. Tonight, we're looking back at the life of Leilani Muir, later known as Leilani O'Malley.
She died over the weekend in Devon. O'Malley was sterilized without her knowledge as a teenager. As Vinesh Pratap reports, it was an act that changed her life forever.
Nobody has a right to play God with other people's lives.
It was a fight that defined Leilani O'Malley's life. At age 11, she failed an IQ test and then spent 10 years at what was called the Provincial Training School for Mental Defectives in Red Deer, now known as the Michener Centre. At 14, she was sterilized without her knowing.
She forged the way for thousands of Albertans that were subjected to forced sterilization.
Provincial legislation was repealed in the early 70s, but O'Malley demanded justice, becoming the first person to successfully sue the government for forced sterilization.
She showed the human side of legislation that has the potential to harm people deeply.
Her fight paved the way for others to also seek compensation. At one point, however, the province tried to use the notwithstanding clause of the Constitution to limit the rights of the remaining victims to sue.
She was an incredibly strong woman, and I'm so thankful that she chose to just be as open as she was with Alberta.
O'Malley spent years advocating.
Good evening.
At one time even trying out the political realm. Ultimately, she remained in the spotlight to ensure social justice.
It was her first time on stage. I mean, she'd been in the spotlight, most certainly, but she had never been on stage in that capacity before.
This photo goes back to 2009 and a role in the stage play The Vagina Monologues, where the focus was on women's reproductive rights.
I think we just need to continue to remember that we are all the same and that we can't let history repeat itself, and that this woman had such courage at a time when it would have been easier to just walk away and lose the message. She didn't.
Her strength brought her to where she is today. Not many people would be brave enough to stand up towards the province and say, what you did was wrong, and I want compensation, and I want an apology.
O'Malley was awarded $1 million in damages for her suffering. However,
No amount of money could ever make up for what I went through and what I will go through till the day I die.
Leilani O'Malley was 72. Vinesh Pratap, Global News.
The Self Advocacy Federation plans to start a bursary in honor of Leilani O'Malley.